Story time on how I found out that my best friend and my boyfriend had a thing going on behind my back. So I'm like, no. I see a scroll like of messages, bro. I'm like, no, go back. He was not trying to go back. I snatched that phone and it was right at the messages, and my heart was shattered.
Believing that you can't bring women around around your man, or your man around women. If you believe that about a person that you are friends with, then you shouldn't be friends with them, obviously. Lord, I don't even know what to expect in this video. I ain't watched it. I watched 2 seconds of it and saw the heading and was like, brace yourself. I got a feeling this about to be terrible. But man, people could just be so terrible to one another. That's all I can say. Even before watching it, just people just could be so terrible to one another. Like this is a very high level of betrayal, extremely high level of betrayal. Sleeping with your girlfriend's best friend. I mean, your best friend sleeping with your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Couldn't imagine it. Couldn't imagine it. It's very terrible.
Story time on how I found out that my best friend and my boyfriend had a thing going on behind my back. Yeah, let's get into it. Disclaimer, she is my ex-best friend. He is my ex-boyfriend. I'm no longer with either. Okay. And this might ruffle some feathers because some people may know about it, but I'm going to get right into it because I hate long story times. All right. So we're going to call her Pam. Me and Pam was besties. We was like this. You would not see her without me. Okay. Like we was together. Her house was literally up the street from mine. I could look out of my window and see her house. Like we was always together. All right, so fast forward, this is our senior year and we're about to graduate. I didn't want to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. And okay, so 3 months of us graduate and she comes to my house telling me like, hey, bro, I'm going to Job Corps. I'm going to this one in Virginia. This is how it works out because I didn't know about it. So she put me on. So I'm like, oh, bro, like I want to go. Like she like, bro, it happened so fast. I leave like in 4 days. Like my flight, I got everything. I got my ticket. Boom, boom, boom. So I was like, all right, let me get on my Zoom. Let me stop playing and sign up. So by the time I'm signing up, she already going. So I'm signing up for things that I want to go for. And the one in Virginia, the one that she was at, took too long to hit me back. So the one in Hazleton, PA, Keystone, that's the Job Corps I end up going to. And I left. So she at Job Corps, I'm at Job Corps, we doing our thing. So we both come home for Christmas break or whatever. So we had like, I want to say 2 weeks. And, when I went at Job Corps, by the way, this is where I met my ex-boyfriend. We were currently together by this point. So on Christmas break, we all came home. We got a hotel and brought New Year's in together. We had so much fun. He met my best friend. I'm like, this is Pam. Pam, this is my ex. Boom, boom, boom. Like, we all locked in. Like, we had a time. We had an amazing time. We brought in the New Year together. Boom. So we ended up going back to school after the break was over. She ended up coming home because she got pregnant. Well, she was pregnant before she left. That's a whole nother story. But she ended up coming home after she found out she was pregnant and stayed home. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold it down. Like, that's going to be my godchild. We already made that known, So, okay, so he graduated. My ex graduated before me. A few months later, I graduated. Boom. After that, he ended up moving to my hometown. So now we live together. And Pam will always come to my house. Like, that was always a thing even before school. So she will always come to my house and, they knew each other. So everything was good. My ex-boyfriend at the time, he was a supplier. Stay with me. He was a supplier. He had purple flowers. Yeah. And he always also had, prescription of things. You know how that go. Me and Pam was hefty on the purple flowers, and my ex at the time would give us the purple flowers. So, yeah, so she will always come over a lot or whatever. So after like a few months, they did exchange numbers because, again, he was a supplier and she always wanted to get purple flowers. So, I didn't care. I'm young and gullible at this time. Like, I just didn't care because that was my bestie and I trusted her. So, one time she came over after that, ex had supplies out on the table while we were together. I went to the bathroom really quick. I don't know if he went upstairs, went downstairs or whatever, but I came back out. She ended up having to go. And he told me he likes to, Pam stole some of my supplies. And it was the supplies that me and her don't take. You know, like that's not even our thing. Like, what are you talking about? And then second of all, you're blaming Pam for taking anything. Like, this is my best friend. You can get out. Like, that's how I came about her. Like, there's nothing you could tell me about her. Like, I didn't play about her. So he like, I'm telling you, like, it was right here in this spot. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was very calculated with things. That's one thing I can say. So I'm like, you really standing on this? Like, you really feel like we got into a whole argument? Because I feel like I know my bestie, like, she's not into that. Like, we don't even take that. Like, we stick to the purple flowers. But things could have changed because, again, she went to Job Corps for months. She was there for a year, some change. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even a year because she had to come home, but for a minute. And things could have changed while you was away from me, you know? So, yeah. I'm like, okay, you really standing on this. I'm going to call Pam. Call Pam. I'm like, bro, why is he trying to convince me that you took some supplies? Like, and it's the supplies we don't even use. She was like, bro, you know me. Like, come on now. What I look like? Like, I will come over there right now. Da, da, da. So she ain't ever come that day though. She ain't ever come. 2 days later, she did come over. He was out working. He was out working with his supplies. And, you know, me and her, we talking about it or whatever, but we let it go because I'm like, I know her. I ain't even about to trip over this, whatever. It's already going anyway. Like, so she came over that day. She left. Later on, he came home and was like, so my supplies is back in my spot. And I'm like, what? Now I know he not tripping because when we argued about it, it wasn't in that spot. Like, I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I told her, I'm like, you know, it's funny that it popped back up. And I was like, bro, I'm not even trying to call you to feel like I'm accusing you of this, but it's just weird. So now after all of this, it's back up. I'm like, all right, I can't pinpoint that it was you for a fact. So I'm not even about to do that. So as time go on, he side eyeing her. He don't like her now. He like, no, I don't fool with her. I don't bang with her. Cool. I'm like, but I'm not going to stop talking to her. That's my best friend. Whatever. So one day me and him got into an argument. And this is when I found out the tea. Me and him argued so bad. Come back for part 2. So keep in mind, remember I told y'all she left Job Corps and because she was pregnant. Fast forward, she ended up having a baby. Now, that's a whole different ball game. But she ended up messing with this dude that wanted to take care of her and her baby because he liked her so much that he wanted to just be in their lives. And she was in survival mode because the father was not in the child's life at all. So, and he was Mexican. Mind you, he lived across the street from me. I knew him. I knew his family. My brother went to prom with his sister and them. Yeah. So I'm like, don't do that, bro. Like, don't do that to him because he's really going to be in love. What if he get crazy and you don't even really like him? Yada, yada, yada. Like, whatever. I understood the situation. Whatever. So she dealing with him. So now she's across the street. We see her all the time. So, like I said, me and my ex got into this heated argument. And me and her, like, we got into something like the week before, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, we just wasn't talking for a little bit. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. It's something that we always did. Me and him get into it real bad, though. We arguing so bad, and he hit me with it. That's why Pam on my body. That's why Pam on me. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, y'all, I was so mad. I'm like, you just talking crazy like you always do, because we was just toxic when we got into our argument. So I'm just thinking he talking, like, running his mouth. Nah, he was that serious. And then he pulled up Snapchat. This is when Snapchat was like really big and popping at the time. So I'm like, Snap? Like, and then I seen her name. I knew this was her Snap. But I'm like, when did y'all follow each other on Snap? But you know how you can follow each other when y'all have each other's number. Whatever. He went to the Snap and then he pulled his phone back because now his heart dropped. Because now he realized what he's doing. So I'm like, no. I see a scroll like of messages. Bro, like, I'm like, no, go back. He was not trying to go back. I snatched that phone and it was right at the messages, and my heart was shattered at the things that I've seen, like heart emojis and flirting in the messages. And oh my god, like that was my first like friendship heartbreak that I knew we would never ever come back from, because of the simple fact that I wouldn't even look at a man that you ever even talked to for 2 seconds. And you did this to me? Like, we knew each other before. Like, you did this to me? Mind you, me and her going at it. Like, she's not answering none of my phone calls. Like, nothing. You would think that I would be crying over him. Like, I didn't even care about him at all, y'all. I was y'all. I couldn't believe that I was actually going through that with a friend. Like, I've heard stories about stuff like this all the time. She was on him the whole time, but I knew it. I'm just like, bro, like, you was in survival mode. You knew how much I liked and loved this man. Like,
I think that might have been a reason why she did not to excuse it at all, but I think as soon as she said she was in survival mode, I was like, and he got money, he's somebody with a little, he got a little resource about him, some resources. I can see that. I can see that. That don't make it right, but that I can see that. I can see, yeah, I definitely can see that happening.
You see me so happy. But yeah, y'all, like, to this day, I'm just like, wow. I don't care no more because I've evolved. I'm grown now. Like, I was grown then. Like, I was early 20s then. But we've never, ever talked after that. Like, she know that she can't never talk to me after that. Like, I forgive her now. I'm a child of God. You feel me? Like, things happen. It is what it is. But forgiveness does not mean reconnection, babe. You know what I'm saying? And that, after that day, I realized everything that my mom told me about friends and women, that's when it hit. Like, my mom never lied to me. Like, you lucky to get one good friend in this lifetime. Like, don't never bring these women around your men. Don't never be too comfortable around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them talks, like, it hit that day. And I'm just like, I can't believe I'm the one going through this, y'all. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, she was a Gemini. He was a Libra. I'm an Aquarius.
I don't know the math on that one. I ain't gonna even hold you. Okay. So let's start at the top. Hey, everybody involved, the two parties involved are wrong, obviously. Equally. Her boyfriend, terrible for doing what he did. Her best friend, terrible for doing what she did. I'm not gonna say which one was worse or whatever. They're both terrible. They're both terrible, right? Well, I guess by default I say the boyfriend because sleeping with another anytime you are exposing your partner, because you're exchanging bodily fluids with somebody else, I think that the onus, even if it's her homegirl, I think the onus is on the man or the person that's cheating, whatever, man or woman, but the person that's cheating. So yes. I don't I also think that it's just another example of how messy men are because he was the one that wanted to, like in the heat of an argument, he wanted to throw it in her face or whatever. Wicked work. I do want to touch on what the mother said though about her feeling like, what she said about these women is true. This is her experience with the woman, right? And she's a woman. So I'm not here to preach to women, I guess, in this regard. But I will say a few things. Believing that you can't bring women around around your man or your man around women. If you believe that about a person that you are friends with, then you shouldn't be friends with them. Obviously, that's the same thing about the freaky uncles that come over and your people's like put on some. Your Uncle Charles is coming over. Like, why the fuck do I got to get dressed because Uncle Charles is coming over? Like, why is he coming over if I gotta get dressed? If he can't be around me and whatever I got on as a kid, then why the fuck can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's the same thing for this. Like, so I can't bring my boyfriend around you, or I can't bring my woman around my male friends because he gonna try to fuck her or she gonna try to fuck him. I need new friends. I need new friends. I don't think this is true. I don't think that this is most women. From my experiences with women, I'm saying even as the man, like I have very rarely been in situations when I felt like a woman that my wife knew wanted to sleep with me. Very rare. You know what I'm saying? It happened really early on. Like she's talking about around that age, and she's talking about early 20s, very early on. But like after that, like that shit never happened. Like I've never been around any of my wife's friends and felt like, like they didn't do anything inappropriate, nothing like that. That shit never happened after her and after like a certain age or whatever. So I could definitely chalk that up to just like some young people shit. Still wrong, still terrible. But yeah, me personally, I don't be believing that about women. I could be wrong about that. Y'all let me know in the comments if you have those experiences as a woman, if you feel like that about women, like, oh no, I can't be friends with women. I can't bring my man around a woman or whatever. Like, that's crazy. That's great. To me, that sounds crazy. Like I would never, ever, ever support that. Even, like again, I know this happened to her. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think that's kind of wild, personally. But damn, sucks, man. It sucks to lose a friend like that. Sucks to lose a man like that. And I'm sorry that it happened to her, for sure, without a doubt.